Welcome to our first episode of Opening the Vault.
Following Mickey's footsteps, where we watch every Disney animated feature in chronological order.
Today, we're going to be watching the 1937 classic and first animated feature ever.
First ever animated feature.
Snow White.
And the Seven Dwarfs.
Seven Dwarfs.
Dwarfs.
But it's dwarves.
Dwarfs.
Why is it dwarfs?
Because of the influence of the master J.R.R. Tolkien, we think dwarves. The Hobbit was released in 1937.
The same year this premiered.
But production on Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs started in 1934.
That's probably why it cost so much to make.
That's right. It was budgeted at $250,000, which was less than a regular feature of the time, but still 10 times the amount of the Disney shorts that had come out before. Ultimately, because of having to create technology and no one ever making an animated feature ever before, it cost $1.5 million.
And that's probably why both Disney's brother Roy and his wife tried to talk him out of it.
He had to mortgage his house to help fund it.
That's nuts. And also, the media likes to dub this project Disney's Folly.
Disney's Folly.
Well, he had the last laugh.
And it became the highest grossing talkie of all time, even though Hollywood had dubbed it Disney's Folly. Upon its premiere at the Carthay Circle Theater in 1937, it was lauded by one filmmaker as the greatest film ever made.
Well, let's see if it still holds up to that title. And we're going to watch Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
The picture that every newspaper and magazine critic is raving about. Hear what the usually hard-boiled review of Time magazine says. Snow White is as exciting as a Western, as funny as a haywire comedy. It combines the classic idiom of folklore drama with rollicking comic strip humor.
And old sourpuss here is Grumpy, the woman hater. And last but not least is Dopey. He's nice, but sort of silly.
And we're back.
We're back. We did it.
We did it. We watched Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Dwarfs. Still feels weird to say.
It still feels weird to say.
They work in a mine and lock all their gems up, but leave the key hanging right next to it.
Yeah, that was interesting. And also, why aren't they living in a castle? They have so many gems.
They sing about getting rich quick in a mine, but maybe they're so rich they don't even care.
That's why they just live in a filthy cottage in the middle of the woods
together. Together. Speaking of gags, there are a ton in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
It's like...
It's ridiculous.
It doesn't pull away from the movie at all. It's not like, here's a gag, here's a gag. It's not just like fart joke for the kids, which we see a lot nowadays.
Yeah, we see a lot of those now. It's chuckle-worthy. They're chuckle-worthy.
And apparently Disney offered the creative team $5 per gag if he liked it. And a big example of that is all the noses popping out over the bed.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Wikipedia, everybody.
Yes.
One issue I had, which I think they correct later, and we're going to find out on our adventure, is that Snow, like, I guess she's being bashful or demure, but she, like, basically, it looks like her eyes are closed.
Yes. The eyeballs were an issue.
Snow White's not my favorite princess. She does things on her own. It's just a lot of stuff happens to her.
Yeah. She's not the most exciting princess tale. No. She can sing to animals, though, and that's pretty cool.
She cleans and does that on her own. She's like, oh, this place is dirty.
Let's clean it.
I'll clean it. And she's not, like, above that, so that's nice.
No, that's good, but but also she was raised to act as a chambermaid. It gets dark real quick. Like, immediately. As soon as the queen realizes that she's never going to be as pretty as Snow White, she just gets some guy who's a hunter and is just like, hey, go kill my daughter or my stepdaughter or whatever. Stepdaughter.
Yeah.
Go kill my stepdaughter and bring back her heart in a box.
He's like, that sounds bad. She's the princess. And she's like, you know what your punishment will be. And so he's
Which I assume is death.
Yeah. It's weird that, unlike other Disney films, she is the princess, and everybody knows that Snow White is the princess, but the evil queen just makes her, like, dress in rags and clean stuff.
Queen's got some issues. Instead of turning herself ugly to disguise herself, why didn't she just make herself younger and hotter than Snow White?
After she dies, one first fall of a Disney villain falls also
to her death, and then
a big stone falls.
A big rock falls on her.
And then we see
the vultures slowly circle down.
Just in case you weren't sure
that she was dead.
Basically, all the violence is off screen, but it totally works. When Snow gets poisoned, it stays on the crone, and she like whispers to herself all the effects that are happening that from her evil book, like her blood coagulates, and we hear Snow like gasping and dealing with it, and then the camera cuts out and we just see like Snow's hand fall in the frame, and it's creepy. It's very impressive the way they handled everything and still kept fear and horror and the scary parts. For the first ever animated feature, Disney set the bar crazy high.
Really high.
Like the use of light is really impressive.
Really impressive. The huntsman, when he first pulls out his knife to kill Snow White, it glitters, like it shines.
Yeah, it really reflects back at the camera.
And it's really, really cool. Dopey first goes in to find Snow White sleeping. Puts the candle in the room, like the light from the candle bounces off things differently.
The art of it is really amazing. Still beautiful.
Oh yes, still. I mean, we obviously watched a very cleaned up Blu-ray version of it. The
digitization it wasn't painted over and to make look new. It still looks
old.
How they wanted it, and I think that's really great. The quality of the first ever animated feature at all, it's astounding.
Oh yes. If you've never seen it before, it's definitely worth watching just to know your film history, your animated history, or if you're just a big Disney buff like us.
Yeah. But if you're just like, do I want to watch a Disney movie today? This might not be the one you pick.
No, probably not.
I think I'm alright with just occasionally riding the Snow White ride at Disneyland.
Yeah.
And when they show clips in like Fantasmic and things like that.
So tune in next week when the next movie we are going to watch is Pinocchio.
I'm excited for Jiminy Cricket and A Dream Is What Your Heart Makes.
They say Jiminy Crickets in Snow White. Jiminy Crickets! If you like this video and you want to watch more videos that we make, please subscribe to our channel.
So leave a comment below. Tell us what you think about Snow White. Where does it fit in film history, animation history? Do you like it? Are you just kind of okay with it? For me, it's I like it, but I'm not going to run to watch it again anytime soon. As they say at Disney parks, have a magical day.